When the chairman and I were down in Mexico City, we saw exactly what you were talking about. I think President Calderon believes there's sort of a turning point, which was encouraging. I'm not sure if that's reality or not, but his goal, as you know, is to replace his military with the National Police Force, which makes sense. I mean, I think as people look at the military cracking down their own country, there's a high level of trust with the national police, and they're all polygraphed. I wanted to bring up another, we've talked about this, Ambassador, but when we were down in Colombia, the President Santos, he talked about his special forces trained by our guys, almost just as good as our guys, assisting Mexico, and was very willing to assist in any way that he could. And we took that message to President Calderon, and he was very interested. I understand they are providing some training in Mexico, but can you just elaborate on that? To me, a lot of people say, why don't we put our military down there? You and I know with the sovereignty issues, the gringo can't go down there. But I think the Colombian Special Forces can assimilate better from a cultural standpoint, and it was an intriguing idea, I think, that we heard on that trip that we thought could provide some assistance.
Mr. Chairman, I not only think it's an intriguing idea, I think it is an excellent idea. It will probably not surprise you to learn that I am a great fan and admirer of what the Colombian people and their government and their institutions have accomplished over the last 11 or 12 years. I think they are now quite capable of exporting some of those capabilities through training and support elsewhere in the region. I think it is a net positive for the United States of America to see Colombia and Mexico engaged in this effort together. I think it is, among other things, excellent return for our investment of $8.5 billion or more in support of Colombia over the last 11 going on 12 years. I think you are absolutely correct. The Colombians have reached a level where I would argue they have capabilities that almost no other law enforcement or military institution has anywhere in the world. And on some issues, I'd even stand them up with our own armed forces. I believe in jungle operations, for example, the Colombians may well at this stage be the very best in the world. They can do much of this training cheaper. They can do it without, shall we say, the historical baggage that we bring to the U.S.-Mexico relationship. They can do it in a common language. They can do it where they're literally sharing real-time and real-world experience, saying, this is what we did when we were taking down the Medellin and Cali cartels. This is not educational. This is not academic. I am the guy who did it, and this is how we did it. I think it is excellent value, and may I tell you that I, like you, whenever I'm in conversation with either of the two governments, I am trying to encourage this sort of exchange.
And I think, I mean, certainly from the Colombia's standpoint, very willing to partner. And I think Calderon was very interested in the idea. I think we got his attention on that. And I think that's something, Mr. Chairman, a great takeaway from this hearing on a positive thing that I think we can all agree on, that we can move forward, with that in mind. But I do want to clear up just a couple of things. Usually Henry Cuellar and I are on the same page and we're best of friends. In Colombia, when you had the foreign terrorist designation with the FARC, were you ever aware of any casual drug users prosecuted?
No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, it could well be there, as in here. You've got a charge sheet of 11 charges, and you add on drug use just in case you lose the other 11. But other than that, you're asking if someone was prosecuted solely for that purpose, and obviously the answer is not.
I think that's been misrepresented by many, and that's not the way it works. And but I like the idea. The Kingpin statute, they talk about that a lot, and that really goes after the head of the organization. Whereas the FTO would go after the body of the organization in a far greater jurisdiction with heavier penalties. So it's not from my, I'm very, like to think I'm diplomatic. I know this one is not a diplomatic issue with, at times with the ambassador. We've had long conversations about this, but I do think it would provide greater authorities to go after these very dangerous cartels. And just finally, I mean, we didn't have any problems working with Colombia when we had this designation, did we?
Not that I'm aware of, although to be fair to the other side, Mr. Chairman, and I do not want to have an argument with you on this because I believe we're trying to accomplish exactly the same thing.
And I agree.
But I would remind you, in Colombia, we never put the Medellin or the Cali cartel on the FTO list. And I assume there is a reason for that as well. So I think this is worth more conversation, and I'll leave it at that.
And I think it certainly has been a provocative issue. And thank you for your testimony. I yield back.
Thank you very much, Mr.